Hey guys, welcome back. Today we've got something else from BUDK. So I saw that they had a sale going. I went on to see what they had available, and one of the things I've never bought before is a scratch and dent lot. So the way this works is it's supposed to be scratch and dents. There's supposed to be some kind of imperfection about the knives, and you get a set of 5, and it's $19.54. The sale they had going on was like, if you spend $100, you save 15, which I spent $100, not on this, but all together, and so I got the shipping basically paid for is how that worked out. So we're going to take a look at these knives. Now, I have seen some other videos on YouTube of people complaining that their scratch and dent was not actually scratch or dent. It was basically brand new knives that were, there was nothing wrong with them. They were just, cheap knives. So, the whole purpose behind getting a scratch and dent lot is that you're hoping that you get knives that are of higher value normally, but because there's some imperfection, you're getting them at a huge discount. Now, just looking at the boxes, I haven't opened any of these knives yet, but just looking at the boxes, I am almost 100% sure that all of these are brand new knives with nothing wrong with them. So I don't even know why they call it scratch and dent. But you know what? We're just gonna break into it, and we'll see what we get. So let's get into it. Okay, the first one here is an offering from Ridge Runner. Some of the Ridge Runners I've gotten in the past have actually been pretty decent knives. So let's see. I've got high hopes. Oh no, it's this knife. I had this one in the 36 knife lot that I got like a year ago, and it's basically a very crappy copy of a Smith & Wesson knife. Single thumb stud, liner lock, really thin liner lock. It is locking up early though, so that's good. A little bit of wobble side to side, not much up and down, but this is all plastic. It's got some rubber inserts and a plastic back spacer. I mean, just really, really cheap. It just feels cheap in the hand. You do have only right hand as an option here, so the pocket clip is not reversible. You only have the thumb stud on the right side anyways, and you cannot remove that. There's no screw there. That's basically riveted on. I hate this knife. Super disappointed so far. It is a combo edge, which I'm also not a big fan of. But let's go ahead and test the plain edge bit of it. Wasn't bad. Okay, so it's actually pretty sharp on the plain edge piece. So you can see that there, pretty clean cut. So I guess that's the saving grace on here. Mystery stainless. There's the Ridge Runner logo. It just says stainless steel China. Okay, knife 2 is the One Shot One Kill from SOA. They put the sticker over the the features here, but I believe it is a 2.5-inch blade. It's a very small knife. I've actually gotten this before a long time ago in one of their SHTF boxes, but yeah, it's okay. It's plastic handles. You do have the required bottle opener here, but I've never been a big fan of the bottle openers on the back of knives because a lot of times they make it uncomfortable to hold. But it is assisted opening, rockets right out of there. Lockup is pretty good, pretty thin liner. You do have the option of thumb studs on either side, and because of that spring, comes right out. Not bad in the hand. I don't like this raised piece of the pocket clip. It's right hand tip down only, just like the other knife we just looked at. And feels sharp though. So let's take a look at that again. You got your now probably banned Confederate flag blanket on there. But yeah, It's really sharp, really sharp. So that's good. I mean, you can feel it. Here, let's just scrape some fingernail off. It scraped it off, I promise. There you go. There's the fingernail. So it is pretty sharp. It does deploy nice. Very small knife, but it feels okay in the hand, even with the pokey bit of the bottle opener. But that's knife 2. Knife 3 is a offering from Black Legion, which is pretty prominent there at BUDK. I think this is actually a BUDK brand. They only make knives for BUDK, but I believe that is the model number, maybe. They taped over the one on the serial code there, or on the barcode, so whatever. Okay. I think I have seen this knife before, where it looks like a balisong, but it's not. You see, it's just a regular flipper knife, and man, that didn't even come out. Let's see if we do it on the second try here. There it comes. Just needed broken in. So you have yourself a fake balisong with a coating of some kind on there. I doubt that is anodization. It's probably just some kind of cheap coating on there. Just have Black Legion on there. China. Now keep in mind, at the price, you're looking at less than $4 a knife, $3.90, or if you round up, $3.91 a knife. So, going in, your expectations have to be low. Man, the handle's pretty ergonomic. I don't know what these things are. This plastic bolsters on here. I don't know. This thing, liner got stuck there a little bit. Blade feels pretty sharp. I mean, I guess it's nice and wide open. There's no skeletonization in there, but it's not a heavy knife by any means, because this is plastic and this is plastic. The only thing metal is the lock and the blade itself. So, and obviously the hardware bit. Yeah. All right, let's try this one out on the other side of the paper. There we go. Yeah, it is pretty sharp. Yep. Not the sharpest one of the three, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, nice clean cut. So, I just don't like the design. I mean, if you're going to have a balisong, have a balisong. If you're going to have a flipper knife, have a flipper knife. Don't make one look like the other. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why you'd want one that looks like a balisong and then is actually a flipper. So, oh well, there you go. That's basically 2 that I hate, and then 1 that's meh so far. So, all right, next one. Knife 4 of 5 is called the Grim Reaper Assisted Opening Pocket Knife, and let's take a look inside what we got. So you have the Grim Reaper skull and hand on there with a crucifix apparently, and then you've got a deep carry pocket clip, right hand tip down only, and you got a flipper and you got thumb studs to open it with. So that's okay. It's pretty decently heavy. It's pretty thick too. You do have steel liners here, but then I believe that is just plastic on the handle scales. So kind of what you would expect for a less than $4 knife, but there you go. So let's try the thumb studs. Of course, it comes out nice and easy with the assisted opening. Blade shape is kind of unique. You do have a bit of a belly out here with a little recurve. For some people, that'll make it more challenging to sharpen. It depends on how you sharpen your knives, but if you use a Lansky system or something like that, it should be no problem whatsoever. Got some really mild jimping on the back, and you know, it's on the spine of the knife as well. Really nothing on the blade other than china, so we got a little drop point here, and it fills out the hand pretty nice. Again, I don't like that edge of the pocket clip there where it points up. I mean, let's try it in the right hand. I guess it's not bad in the right hand. On the left hand, which is how I carry knives, it hits right where my fingers want to go, and it's not comfy. So, there you have it. Let's see the flipper. Yep, it's a little bit of motion side to side there, just a tad, and then up and down. I don't feel any blade play whatsoever. So, not awful, not great, but not awful. So, there you go. That is knife number 4. Let's take a look at the sharpness. We always got to cut something with it so you can see how it comes honed from the factory. Okay. So out here on the belly, it's sharp, where this recurve is not so sharp. So apparently the factory also has trouble sharpening that recurve. You can see here, I mean, it just doesn't want to cut. But, we go out to the belly. Well, it still doesn't want to cut. Let me get this. There we go. Now it's working. But, it could be sharper. This is probably the worst of the 4 in terms of sharpness so far. But, got one more to look at. Okay, last up we have a Tomahawk. Now, I've had several of these in this brand. Some of them are worse than others, as you would expect. Handcrafted in China. Really don't know what's in this one, so let's check it out. Okay, so I actually have this knife already. It came in a different BUDK box. I think it was that 36 knife box, maybe. But, pretty plain Jane. You do have a little plastic insert here that gives you some, almost like this marble texture to it. A little shiny. But you got the bottle opener on the back, and deep carry, right hand tip down only pocket clip, plastic handle scales, and steel liners, and it's liner lock. And good God, that centering is awful. Wow, that is almost touching this side. So quality control, I'd give that an F. But let's see how it flips out. Boop. Comes right out with the assisted opening. Lock? I mean, did it lock? I don't know. Oh, no, it did not. It did not. But that was the first flip, so sometimes they just need broken in. Let's try it again. Man, it still doesn't look like it locked. I don't think it did. I'm gonna just... Yeah, didn't lock. Okay, so you got a liner lock that's not lock, which... just awful. So far, well... we'll talk about it here at the end, but good grief. Now, it is lubed. You can see some of the oil coming out of there. That pivot is lubed. Looks like nylon washers down there, so that's to be expected. Let's check the blade play. Side to side is awful. Up and down is pretty tight. Side to side is I've seen worse, but not many. I mean, there's a lot of rocking back and forth there. So you might be able to tighten up the pivot, fix that up a little bit, and that also might help fix our centering issue. But yeah, I guess we could try that. But ergonomically, pretty good. I mean, finger fits right up on top there with that thumb ramp, so that's pretty cool. You got a little bit of a swedge up here on top. Combo blade, which I've never been a big fan of the combo blades with the serrations. I know some folks love it. I'm just not one of those folks. Edge, I don't know. Feels kind of sharp. wide open design, no skeletonization, but you don't really need it because it's pretty light with the plastic. So let us try this guy out on this piece of BUDK magazine paper. Actually, let's get a fresh one. Let's just get a fresh one. Might as well. They give me about a bazillion of these magazines. Oh, it is sharp. It is sharp. So, cool. Gotta like that. So, that's the one saving grace of this knife. Otherwise, I am just not a fan of this knife. I mean, I guess the other saving grace here is that it's pretty ergonomic. I mean, it locks right in. Feels good in the hand. Fills the hand out nicely. And, pocket clip isn't too bad. Just pretty standard. I do like the deep carry aspect, but not the tip down carry bit. And I don't like that it is only right hand, but you can't win them all. So that is it, guys. Those are the knives, all 5 of them there. Oh man, I would say this was a big fail. I would not get this scratch and dent because none of those were scratch and dent. There was nothing wrong with any of those knives other than just the the way they come from the factory. But I wouldn't buy this again. I mean, if they actually had scratch and dent where you were getting something of modestly reasonable value, I might try that. But I mean, just call it what it is. This is a 5-knife mystery box, and they're all brand new. Just call it that, And $4 a knife. You can't be too upset about it. But I don't know. I really don't like any of them. None of these knives. I mean, I like little pieces of the knives. Like I've always been a fan of skulls. This knife isn't terrible, but it's not good. I don't know. There's a lot of stinkers. A lot of stinkers there. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will have more BUDK openings or unboxings here coming up because I got 3 other things. So if you like these kinds of videos, leave a comment below, let me know. I'll also have some higher end stuff on here as well. And don't forget about the giveaway that is still going on. I will announce the winner not this weekend, but next weekend. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will talk to you next time.